Okay.
Yeah.
But for sake of our time and your time, we're just
Yeah,
gonna
yeah.
hop right in. So first and
Do
foremost,
this.
thanks for being
Yeah,
on
this is so cool.
this
I love it.
interview blog. Um, the heart behind
Yeah.
this is really to shine a light on the spouses behind the pro athletes because
Yeah.
as you know, there are so many amazing women that are doing incredible things that
Yeah.
go under the radar all the time. And
Mhm.
um, yeah, I'm a believer and a proponent in the power of your story and the power of your testimony, and wanted to create a platform for my friends and fellow pro athlete wives to get to share what they're doing. So, will you tell us who you
Great.
are, a little
Okay.
bit about your family,
Yeah.
who you're married to, and then
Okay.
we'll dive in?
Okay. I'm Tori Murphy, married to Daniel Murphy, which fun fact, he's on the Hall of Fame ballot. Came out yesterday. First
What?
time ever, right? Like, and I kind of like looked at it and I'm like, Daniel, that's really cool.
That's
Played
amazing.
right. I'm like, yeah, I kind of want to tell. That's cool. So
That's
he played
phenomenal.
baseball. His career spanned it over, big leagues, minor leagues, probably like we were trying to figure out the other day, like 16 years ish. And then we have four kids, ranging from our youngest is 3, and then I have a 7, 9, 11-year old. We live here in Jacksonville, and yeah, that's my crew, and I like them.
I remember, fun fact, the
Yeah.
first time we met, it was like
Mhm.
our husband's names are Daniel, and
Yeah.
then our oldest are Quinn, followed by Drew, right?
Yeah, yeah. So
Yeah.
I have a Noah, then a Quinn, then a Drew.
Yeah, so
And
we
I
were
did the
like,
Jake
wait,
at the end.
yeah,
Yeah,
we
we're
were
like
like,
locked in.
what?
I know, right? Yeah, I love it.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. What what team did you spend the longest time with?
The Mets. So we were with the Mets for 7 years. So we did like I feel like that's kind of like a special curve for us because we were boyfriend girlfriend in that organization, engaged, married, first baby. Yeah, like all the things.
All the new things were
Yeah, like I can remember we were in like our New York City. We lived in the city and
cool.
all the girls lived in the city. And I like group text and I'm like, listen, I just like peed on a pregnancy test. Like, what does this mean? And everyone makes fun of me because I like answered my door like in my underwear. I'm like, no, I like just did it. Like, I'm panicking. Like, this doesn't seem well. They're always like, what is happening? I'm like, this is happening.
That's phenomenal.
Yeah. So
Okay.
those girls, yes.
So
Mhm.
raising your kiddos, I
Yeah.
mean, really in the life of baseball. Can you
Hmm.
talk us through a little bit about like the conversations you had about their dad being like a pro athlete or a public figure,
Yeah.
or were you just like, this is dad, and yeah, people cheer for him and sometimes boo him? Like,
Yeah.
how did you go about that with four kids in the game?
Yeah, I think it was probably harder. They didn't really know any different. So Daniel has a wild story. He retired in after COVID 2020. So it kind of was weird. And then he went actually back to play. We were retired for 2 years and he decided to go back after I had a baby, which like was just insane in itself. But that time, like my kids really remember it more. Like my Drew, he was 5 then, maybe 6. And like after the game, people were like lining up for autographs for Daniel. And he like snuck his way into the fence and kept handing him things to sign. And Drew has a really deep voice. So when I speak for him, I do his voice. And this is just kind of is what it is. But I remember my oldest was like, Drew, you're going to see dad in like 2 seconds. Like, why are you handing him things? He's like, this is way cooler. That's just who he is. And so I was like, yeah, it is kind of cool to see your dad. And it was kind of this cool little piece of our story that they've gotten to see it and like realize it. And now we're on the retirement side. But I do try to just like remind the kids that like, you're once at one time your dad and we handled a lot. Like somebody was joking the other day, like who handles pressure? And I was at the dinner table. I'm like, your dad could.
Yeah.
Your dad could handle pressure and like lots of it. And so just to like remind them that like, yeah, he's super cool, but he also this crazy work ethic and he handled all these things. And like they were just tiny little nugs when we were kind of all in that era
Yeah.
too.
I know, same,
Hmm.
same. Like Daniel's most of
Hmm.
his big league time was pre-kids or when Quinn was so little that like now he'll
Hmm.
he'll play like a video and he'll be like, "Yeah, that's me," and they're like, "Yeah, cool, Dad." He's like, "Why do our kids not care that I was cool?" Like,
Really hard.
yeah, this
Yeah.
took a lot of
Yeah,
time.
this was really hard.
Yeah,
My oldest actually just worked really hard to get Daniel in the video game.
yeah,
I'm like, gotta get those old guys, the
yeah.
vintage
Come on,
players.
bring them back. That's
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
amazing.
That's fun. Yeah. That's
Um, what I really want to lean into and spend the majority of our
Mhm.
time talking about today is prom series.
Okay.
And I just want you to share kind of whatever you want to share, how
Mhm.
the idea like came to even
Okay.
fruition, like what was the revelation, and then how you have put together this incredible is it an LLC, right? Like not
Yeah. Yeah. Uh-huh.
yeah.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
what
yeah.
you're
It's my
doing with it and just how
yeah.
how it operates.
So it operates. So Prom Series really came about. It was in when we were at the Rockies in 2019. When you have like a wives, beginning of the year, the wives kind of sit around and talk about what charities they want to get involved with. And I was a high school teacher before I like stopped to follow Daniel around. So really just teen girls have kind of always been like where I'm drawn to serve. And so I just raised my hand in the meeting and I just said, hey, if you give me a suite, I will turn it into a dress store and we can let kids come in and shop for dresses. And I'll never forget Jim. We still talk about it to this day. Like if I know we're at a field where Jim's at with the Rockies, we like find each other. And so he like leaned back in his chair and he was like, okay, cool. Do you have kids that you want to like bring to the event? And I was just like, yeah. And he's like, have you done this before? And I was like, yeah. And like, no, and not at all. But I wasn't going to give, any hesitation. I was like, listen, my horse is getting old. Like, I need the yes. And so he's like, all right, I'll let you do it. I'll give it April 8th. And it was like 8 days from that time. So it was just like, and looking back at that event, I've never been able to host so many kids. Like, we hosted 35 kids.
Really?
Women on the team kind of like helped with the idea of like they got makeup, they got hair, like it just kind of like rolled. And then I'll never forget, and the Rockies built us dressing rooms. And halfway through the event, I remember like looking out in the room and it was super empty. And I was like, where did everybody go? And the wives on the team, which I think is the most powerful thing, like if a teen comes to even today to a prom series event, they get matched with a wife or fiance or the
Mhm.
player's spouse or significant other. And so that night they are just cheerleaders for them. And that is the most powerful thing because those words that they shower over them that night is really what birthed the whole thing. So when the event was like, I walk out, they had taken the girls into a suite bathroom and I'll never forget. It's just a public restroom and a girl says, okay, I have it on. And the door opens to the bathroom and she walks out and she's just in a beautiful gown. And there's 6 or 7 women in that bathroom just championing her. Like, that's your color. You look beautiful. Like, I mean, just lavish these compliments on these kids that just need to hear them. And right then I was like, oh my gosh, this is it.
This is
Like,
it.
this is what I'll chase forever. This is how Jesus sees us. For you're like, no, I'm next to a toilet. I have nothing together. Like I am literally in the poop of things. And he's like,
Yeah.
no, you're beautiful, you're seen, and you're worthy. And like we just want to get them to feel that. And so that's how it started. What we do now has kind of evolved from that because the next year I was supposed to be in 5 stadiums. Like I was just pitching this idea to everybody. And then COVID hit. And so then I was sitting in my dining room getting my kids new outfits for back to school. And I thought, you know what? Like teens in foster care, there's something about a new outfit. There's something about tags with kids in foster care, like brand new. And that's what we do. Like we are a brand new prom dresses, brand new clothes. And what the women of Major League Baseball have taken with this idea is something that I could have never dreamed of. Like now I am just kind of like a coordinator. Like I just, here's the foster care agency, here's the kids, and then they just kind of run with the event and they get them back to school clothes or they host a dress event or they do like they have just come up with so many ideas. Like the Padres one year had like women in baseball that work at the field come and just tell them about jobs in baseball. Like it is just like
Wow.
taken, it's so much more than a dress and it's so much more than a brand new outfit. So it's just kind of
It's
It's kind of
evolved.
just kept going. Yeah, it's been really fun.
Yeah.
And now I'll take a breath.
Yeah,
Sorry.
no, you're good. I could like I've been so curious because I've been, watching like just through social and
Mhm.
seeing it grow and all the things and every time that you're posting, I'm like, in my heart like praying for you and championing you because I know like I've been in the nonprofit space, started with PAO like 10 years ago and then working for
Yeah.
Boy, like it's not easy to pull off things with an idea and
Mhm.
like God is so big and I think you just are constantly following the open doors. We always say like you follow the miracles and
Mhm.
I just see so much favor in God's hand on this because what you were able to do is build this fantastic community in the baseball world and then you saw a need from your life before baseball
Mhm.
and you're like, let's just marry these two things and use what we have. This is the, five or yeah, three loaves, five fish kind of
Yeah.
reality is like I have women around me at this team. I have
Mhm.
the stadium. I've got to be able to find some foster teens and like let's
Yeah.
see what happens and look what God has done.
Yeah, and I think that's kind of been the cool part right now because I remember when I was like, sometimes you struggle with the identity, like you're Daniel's wife and you're not. And like to see the women in baseball like take on their own purpose, like, yes, you are his significant other and he needs you as much as you need him, right? Like just the power, but to see them like take their talents and their words and to pour it on teens in foster care, it's just been cool. And it's been really fun lately. Like this past back to school drive, I like can take no credit. Like the women in baseball have taken this over, and I just get to like just kind of watch it. Like it just kind of like I will help you with what you want to do. And somebody came up to me actually at PAO and they're like, "You just gave me an idea. Like I can do that." I'm like, "Yeah, you can do all of it. Like you can do all of this stuff." And like it's just kind of it's been like a cool two like groups of women that I love, right? Like
Yeah.
women in baseball and then like teens in foster care, and to collide them together has been really cool.
So like what is your biggest need in this season?
I don't know. I'm trying to figure out like what we dive into next. I've kind of want to do it with like hands held open, right? Like I don't know, and you know how much work just a nonprofit life is, right? Like it's ebbs and flows of just me, like how much energy I have into it. So right now we have an opportunity just here locally in Jacksonville to make like Thanksgiving baskets for kids that have aged out of foster care. So
Cool.
I kind of just every opportunity we get, we kind of run with it. And then we do a spring training event
Cool.
where prom series like does the prom events where that like we link with a group home and they come and shop. Last year we did it at the dress store, which was cool.
Yeah.
And then each team has kind of just taken over what they want to do. So I think just like continuing to like just cultivate what we're doing and let more and more people know because like I'm an older, like I'm a senior citizen in baseball world. So just to, like it happens fast when you
Yes,
look
it
around, you're like,
happens
oh wait,
fast.
what? So yeah, I think that's our need. Like we'll do a pajama drive and
Cool.
I just want to continue to like find different ways to serve the foster care community and like prom series has kind of opened some fun doors for me to do that.
Yeah. And
Mhm.
so you do back to school, you do a
Yeah.
pajama drive, you do the prom,
Yeah.
and so will the same team do multiple events or do teams kind of pick? Like this year we want to do back to school or this year.
Well, whatever they want to come up with, like whatever yeah, I'm kind of open ears. So like if somebody is listening and they're in the game and they're like, man, we would love to do a dress event, like the shopping event, let's do it. Or if they just love back to school, with the back to school events now, a lot of time the teams are bringing in the teens in foster care to the field to like let them see the game and pick up their stuff and like and that's what I mean. Like girls have run wild and like not to brag, but women in baseball are really cool and they're adorable and they come up with super cute ideas. I'm like, didn't think of that, girl.
Yeah.
Like a braid bar? Yes. Like, yes. personalized jewelry, even better. So they just have kind of like adapted, like the Braves this year created like pink lockers for each of the kids that came to the field. And it just was like, it's just adorable. And it's like so cool to see how creative they've been. So I just let them, whatever they want to do. I'm at a point now. I used to get, uh, you used to hold it close to the vest, like I'm like, I don't want them to mess it up. I really
Yeah,
like this
yeah,
little baby I have. But now I'm like, the baby is a teenager, like, let him go. So whatever team, like, whatever women in baseball come up with, I just kind of like, yep, how can I help you? How can I support you? How can I help you have it? Like, is that finding a carrier to pick up the stuff? Cool. Just championing you from the outside? Awesome. So,
yeah. And now you've probably built relationships with a lot of group homes or foster
Yeah, yeah, yes,
all
yes.
over the country, right?
Yeah.
Like,
Hmm.
so if there is, someone that happened, this gets sent
Hmm.
or something, and they have a lot of teen girls in their foster home or group home,
Yeah.
what is,
Yeah.
how do they try to partner with Prom Series? Do they like apply for to be selected, or how does that work?
So honestly, like I actually just had, now that you're making me realize I didn't respond to the email, but like a minor league team reached out to do it. So I like promseries@gmail.com is like the easiest way to get connected. And then we try to, if we have somewhere in the area that they can serve those kids, like we try to match it up as best as possible and figure that out. So yeah, it's kind of been fun to see who we can get to. And obviously, the more, if you find our email, I promise we'll get back to you eventually,
Yeah.
right?
Yes.
Not my strength. Like, I literally, Daniel made fun of me the other day, and he's like, there's just, I have lots of ideas. Like,
Yeah.
the execution, he's like, what is step one? I'm like, not sure, but I see it.
Yes.
I know
I
it will
see
all
that in
work.
my head. Yeah.
He's like, just, that's why you marry your opposite, right? Like, he's like, no, the list. I'm like,
Yeah.
it will happen.
You're
It's
like,
fine.
turns out it's been rolling, doing really good without any
I,
sort of plan. So
I mean, it's like I'm organized chaos. That's what I like.
yeah, but look at like again, there's so many people that have shown up in the organized chaos.
Yeah.
And
And I
well,
love when they're super organized. They give me an email and tell me what to do. I'm like, perfect. You're hired. Love it. Looks great.
I love you and just
Yeah.
your
Yeah.
disposition of that. I
Oh,
think
thanks, friend.
to be you lead really well, obviously knowing your strengths and weaknesses, but I think the most powerful thing is just how you've allowed other people to step into it and now like they're taking it to the next level when we hold something so tightly and it has to be this way and it has to be this, it's like you don't lose you lose the
Oh,
room
trust.
to breathe and grow, right?
Yeah.
And
Well, you lose like the creativity of everybody else.
mhm.
And it's silly. Like, everybody else is super creative and super just
Yeah,
has great ideas. When someone else hits you with one, you're like, that's cool.
that's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
So cool. I'm so proud of
Yeah.
you.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah. Um, I would like to know because
Yeah.
so long in this baseball life, but what have you learned the most about yourself in
Mm.
this journey?
What have I learned about myself? I
Mhm.
mean, what have I not really? I think all of the
Over
things,
the last
right?
16 years, what have you learned about yourself?
Yeah, all of it. All of where I am right now. Like, I have learned, oh my gosh, a big truck's gonna come by. Man,
That's okay.
hurry it up. Okay.
Yeah, we have garbage truck outside of mine.
Yeah,
So,
we have all of this. I think I've just grown, really probably just my faith in the Lord this whole time. Like, to see his goodness from coming into the game until now. Like, when we started this adventure, I wasn't really a believer. Like, and so now to see where that has come to now, it was kind of like a surreal moment. Even the last PIO, they asked us to just come up and do a panel. And I thought, man, I remember my first PIO. I thought I was so far away from the people on stage, right? Like, they are just a different level that I will never attain to. And I still feel like that, right? Like, I still feel like they are just about, but it's just to probably see his faithfulness of like just my growth of myself and just where that has come and our marriage has come has been like our testimony too, like just to I don't know. I don't even know if I'm answering your question well, but
You are.
all of the above, I think, would be the answer.
Yeah, when you grow up in the game, you're like raised
Yeah.
like I'm learning about who I am as a wife and a mom and
Yeah.
a business owner and all of it.
Yeah.
But to also find that like that's how I'm sure that it hasn't been all mountaintop.
Mm-mm.
I'm sure you guys have walked through
Yeah.
a lot of things that you without the Lord walking through it with you,
Mhm.
who knows? So I
Yeah, even post baseball life with it too. Like you learn a lot about yourself too on the other end of the game and
yeah,
all of the things and how to handle it and how to go about it.
you guys transitioned out and then back in, and now you're out.
Yeah. Now I'm out again.
So
Yes.
that's like a whole,
Our studio.
yeah,
Yeah, it's been a thing. Bree, it's been a thing.
thing.
It's
Was it
been a thing.
harder, do you think, on you or on Daniel? The
When he went back, I didn't handle it great. It was harder on me to go back. Like while we were in it, we were in it. And then when I saw what the other side could look like too, it's kind of like twofer. And then I just said to him 2 days ago, I'm like, we could go back in, like I'm kind of itching for an adventure. Like there is something beautiful too of like saying goodbye, see you in 8 months. And then there's like just to have that family adventure. Like that is something to cherish too if you're in the game. It's an adventure that your crew figures out. And that's kind of like a sacred time too, like to be. And then there's this also beautifulness of routine and Daniel, people are like, what does he do now? I'm like, he does a lot of things. Like he is the baseball coach, he is our driver, he takes the kids to school. So there's like the beauty in that too. So it's both. And so we went up to DC and I was like, yeah, let's do this. I'm down. Like I'll live in the city again. I love DC.
yeah,
So I think equally Daniel is better at like when a decision is made, he's good with it. I'm kind of the teeter totter. I'm like, but what about this? What about that? So I think both. And I think recently I just found like a community it to give yourself grace because you have to find community. I think when you're in the game, it's like a built-in community for you. And then when you're out of it, you got to kind of figure it out. And it can take a minute
yeah,
and that's okay.
yeah. No, 100%. I often find myself like, oh, this person had, a husband that played, so I know they're gonna get my life. I'm gonna get their life. We're gonna be best
Yeah.
friends. I just have to meet them first, like.
Yeah. And then you're at the game and I'm like, oh gosh, I gotta make friends. Like I don't have friends to go find, like I've got to cultivate that, which can be
Yeah, I'm sure
overwhelming.
you have like no hard times finding friends.
Well,
Like
thank you, girl. Thank you.
being very open and fun and
Yeah. But then sometimes you're like, well, is that good? I don't know.
maybe I'm too
Have
open.
you earned that yet? I've gotten better. I've gotten better. I'm like, I should tell you everything right up front. I should wait a minute. Okay. Give
You're
me a
like,
minute.
sorry, I've lived in this season of perpetual every team is
Yeah.
good, so you just go all in right out
It's
of
a
the
quick courtship. You got to get there. Like, we got to get there fast. And now I'm like, oh, I'm going to see you for a minute so I can slow it down in our courtship. Yeah.
gate. Oh my
Hmm.
gosh, that's like something I have been thinking about more lately, but especially since we just moved to Florida, is this like how people make friends in adult age. Like
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
totally bizarre because you're like you meet people through kids sports or school or things, but that doesn't necessarily mean they're your people. Like they
No,
could be great, but
you've
it's
got to wait. It kind of takes a minute.
kind of takes a minute. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Hmm.
for
Sure.
the boys too. I'm like, babe, you have to find some friends. He's like, I have friends.
Yeah.
I love
I know, but they don't feel like I do feel like in that they don't have the same. Yeah. Daniel doesn't feel like that. Daniel's like, if I wanted friends, I could go find them, but I'm good. And I'm like, oh, hmm,
yeah. Same with my
not
Daniel. Like, I
so
have a friend.
much.
What are you talking about? I'm like,
Yeah. I'm like, I need a
you?
friend. Yeah. He's like, no. I'm like, oh, okay.
Okay, you're good.
Cool.
You're set. Great.
Yeah. Hmm.
Yeah.
Hmm. Yeah. It's different.
Oh my gosh. Okay. This is a fun question.
Yeah.
What is the craziest travel story from life on the road that you guys have experienced?
I would say I know this is going to be taboo, but everybody asks me, "Did you love living in Denver?" And I'm going to say no, I didn't. And it's hard for me to say that because I'm like, oh, prom series came from there. He ended his career. Like we had, I will never forget. I got to go in Daniel's last game ever. We knew he was going to retire. We asked, like, it was the COVID year, so nobody was in the stands. And we asked if I could get in because we knew it was going to be his last one. So they said yes. And I remember I bawled when that happened. So I sat in he was in Arizona, so in the Diamondback Stadium, and I literally had the entire suite to myself. Like there was not a soul in the stadium. It was like the weirdest, like every concession stand closed. Like it was just eerie in a weird way. Like you're going through the stadium and like everyone should be there. But we had that, but flying into Denver would always be super difficult. Like I just grew up on the East Coast. It would be like delayed. It was never a direct flight. Like there was just a lot. And the Denver airport, like I don't know who made it, but not well. And
Exactly.
it was the worst. It's the worst.
Prepare
Like
for
I
it.
don't know. You're up, you're down, you're on a train, all the things. But were coming back to go to Family Day in Denver. I traveled by myself that day because I was like, I got this. Some days I had people come with me. This travel day I didn't. The three of us, and it was supposed to be a direct flight, and the flight ended up being 6 hours long. Was not direct, so they couldn't land in Denver due to a storm. I didn't even pack. Like I remember it was supposed to be like a 3 hour flight. So I'm like, I'm not gonna even pack like drinks for the kids. Like this should be fine. It was not fine. Halfway through the flight, I remember a guy walked back and he was like, "Are you even trying to keep your kid quiet?" And I'm like, I'm gonna hurt you. It was just like so many things. We landed. I don't even remember where we landed, somewhere, and we had to stay the night. I had to wait in line, get a voucher for the hotel. We take the three kids. Like Drew was not even two. I mean, it was just the day of days. And then to wake up and like redo it again. And then we landed and it was on Sunday. So then it was family day. And I was like, you guys, we have to at least get there for the picture. And we have the picture. We were the last ones to show up,
You're like exhausted.
exhausted. And I remember I took a video of myself pushing the double stroller, had Drew on the top, and just filmed like 10 seconds of what this creates. It's an Olympic sport. Like
Hmm.
if you were traveling in baseball, you were doing an Olympic sport.
Yes.
And to dealing with everybody else and all of the things. And I remember I wrote a note to that guy. I was gonna give it to him. And I remember like leaving and he was just like having a beer, like chillaxing by himself. I'm like, must be nice, dude. But it
Yeah.
was all the things. It was all the things. But now I have the story to tell and the stamp of like I made it through the hardest travel day of all time with my crew.
Did you have like your one favorite travel thing for traveling a lot with kids?
Mm, I mean, all the things. I mean, definitely everyone had technology, that is for sure. And I would just pack each one. I would always try to get them like new little toys that they thought it was like fun to open on the plane. Like that always worked
Hmm.
really well. And just everybody had their own snack container in their own bag. So that's their independence of like nobody was not passing out snacks on the plane.
Yes.
But yeah, all that fun science. Like sometimes I'm like, when I see those like Pinterest bombs, I'm like, baseball wouldn't have been doing that for a minute. We just didn't film it real cute, you know?
Oh, that is it. Like
I know.
baseball
I
moms
think I got
are,
it.
they have like
Yeah.
this arsenal where they're just like,
Yeah.
dude, you don't need that. You need this instead. Like,
Yeah.
do this, not that.
Yeah.
Like I'm always just fascinated. Like,
Yeah.
tell me all the
I
things.
love it. I love it. I love to watch them.
I
Yep.
do, I do too.
And it's fun though. Then you have that story in your belt that you can do it. You can do hard things and
Yeah.
you're
Yeah.
like showing your kids you can do really hard things and you can
Hmm.
not give your mean rage note to the guy who was mean to you.
It's true. You can just
Yeah.
give it to them.
Let it go.
Yes. Okay.
No.
Last question.
Yeah.
Just because the holidays are coming up and you have like a
Yeah.
range of kids, but
Hmm.
what's like on your kids' Christmas list or what
Oh,
are like talk us through
what am I doing?
This
Yeah,
item.
like such every year I feel like Christmas like jumps me. Like I know when it's coming, but I'm so day by day. This week I'm like, okay, this week we got to get through the pie party and this, and then I'll worry about and then Thanksgiving. I'm gonna get all my kids a bike. I realize they don't, not all of them have bikes, which is dorky, but they don't. And Drew really wants an electric scooter.
Hmm.
And I'm determined
Favorite.
to get my 3-year-old like a ride on toy, like one of those cars he can drive.
Yeah.
Because being in baseball, I felt like I never got those for my other kids because I'm like, what are we going to use it for? 3 months and then it's going to be sitting here. So he's going to get one of those. I
I
tried a couple times.
uh, yeah, Drew.
Yeah, but nothing. I don't have anything cool.
No, I think that's
Okay.
that's great, and it also adds a layer
All
of
right.
like,
That's all I got.
hey, baseball, like bikes. We can do
Yeah.
bikes now because
Yeah.
Dad's
We can
retired.
go for a bike ride.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I can remember like one of my hacks would be that I learned along the way was
Yeah.
bring no toys. Go to Goodwill, a
Yeah.
park rental. Donate the toys back when they're bored with it. Get another
Yeah.
used toy because honestly, the first time we left with Quinn, it was embarrassing. Like I'm pretty sure both of us drove cars filled to the brim with all the things because we're like,
Uh-huh.
what
Uh-huh.
do we do in this apartment all summer? And we
Hmm.
figured it out, and I was like, never again. Like, and every
Yeah.
year, the amount of stuff we would bring would get less and less because I knew. But bikes were never one of those things. Like because we didn't have a driveway to practice
Yeah.
riding bikes on or all the things.
Yeah.
So that's
Yeah. Yeah, that's actually, yeah, that's probably why we don't have bikes. But yes, that is good advice. And then I just actually joked, I had a Bible study this morning and I was like, yeah, the day that I used to guarantee always fight with Daniel is the day, the last day of the season, after the season, where you're packing the stuff to go home and they're realizing how much you have accumulated the whole season and what you packed. And I'm like, today's not the day to get in the fight. The mission is to get this done. Like, if you want to be mad, you want to create a plan another time, perfect. But this stuff, I remember we were in New York, like we were on the New York City curb. I'm like, this stuff has got to go. So you can be mad, but it's still got to get off the corner. Like, I don't care.
put it somewhere.
Yes. But yes, if you want me to say that I had a little bit of a problem, that I shopped through my feelings this season, sure. I don't care.
That's
Don't
exactly what I
care.
did.
Yeah, I don't care now. I was pregnant. I'm like, you're feeling your feelings.
Yeah,
Yes. Leave me
yeah,
alone.
yeah. Oh my gosh, I love it.
We did it. Yeah.
What Bible study are you doing right now?
Girl, I am in they're doing which this is funny, like it's Jen Wilkin Genesis, the first one. Is
Yeah.
you just do the first 11 chapters of Genesis, but it has like been mind-blowingly cool. And this is probably the first book. I don't want to jinx it, but I only have 1 week left, so at this point I think I'm okay. I have a toxic trait. I like to buy a lot of the books and I don't actually do the books, But this one, 10 weeks, I've actually done, I would say, 87% of the questions because she's really deep. Yeah. And so I realized I probably read at surface level a lot. She forces you to like look at each verse and each like how it connects, and how it's been mind blowing to see how Genesis is just talked about throughout the entire Bible.
Hmm.
And so I'm just like, oh my gosh, like how cool is that? And just, yeah, when she said, if you understand Genesis, you understand the whole Bible. I'm like, yeah, like I just didn't really.
Really important to
Yeah, you come sometimes just think it's like, oh yeah, I've heard the story of Noah's Ark. Like, no, no, no. Have you gotten down into the depths of it? It's been cool.
love that. I love that.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for your
Oh
time. You're just
yeah. Yay.
you're
Oh,
joining me,
thanks,
and
friend.
hopefully our paths will cross. Well,
Yeah, for sure.
right? Like
Yeah, because where are you?
we're in near Tampa,
Okay. So
so
Jacksonville. Maybe they will.
yeah,
Okay. I like it.
your paths will cross. But thank you so much for being on and for
Oh, thanks for asking, friend.
yeah,
Love
and
it.
I wish you the happiest holiday season.
You too.
I will link all the things so
Okay.
those that want to find out more about prom series or the email
Cool.
stuff can do that.
Okay. And then you're gonna have to teach me how to do this. One day I want to do a podcast, but
I will.
one day.
I will
Okay.
totally help you, my friend.
All right. Bye.
Bye.